The shocking night where Ben Whittaker displayed zero respect.
Swaying slightly when he wasn't.
Ben Whittaker, the rising British light heavyweight whose personality is as bold as his boxing style. Known for his slick movements and cocky demeanor, Whittaker was quickly gaining a reputation for showmanship in the ring. His next fight with the surging Ezra Arenyeka was billed to be his most difficult. But on this night against the tough Ezra Arenyeka, Whittaker crossed the line from confidence to outright disrespect. However, the disrespect angered the challenger, forcing him to commit one of the most shocking acts the boxing world had ever seen. The bad blood between Ben Whittaker and Ezra Arenyeka didn't start in the ring, it began long before. Arenyeka wasn't just another challenger, he had a personal vendetta against Whittaker. It started when Arenyeka called Whittaker out on social media, posting that Whittaker fights like a kid and doesn't belong in the ring with him. Then, Arenyeka took it a step further. On March 29th, 2024, Whittaker was set to challenge Leon Willings for his 7th professional fight. During the press conference, seemingly a random fan came up, screaming at Whittaker to face him. Bewildered, Ben Whittaker didn't know who the man was, but tentatively promised to potentially fight him after beating Willings. This random fan turned out to be Arenyeka. That press conference became viral and fans knew this fight was inevitable. It wasn't just about proving who was better in the ring. For Whittaker, it was about shutting Arenyeka up once and for all. The trash talk didn't stop there. Leading up to the fight, Arenyeka warned Whittaker, vowing to knock him out and saying Whittaker's flashy style was nothing but smoke and mirrors. He claimed Whittaker was all talk, predicting that his power would send Whittaker to the canvas. On the other side, Whittaker was having none of it. In his typical cocky style, he scoffed at Arenyeka's threats, telling reporters that Arenyeka was too slow and unskilled, even joking that he'd have time to make a cup of tea while dodging Arenyeka's punches. The tension was building, and fans couldn't wait to see if Whittaker could back up his words, or if Arenyeka could silence the brash Brit.
Scales were slightly off because it's such a minor miscalculation, and you see how he looks. I think that's probably the answer here.
You just saw that the switch being flicked there in Ben.
So here we go, they're scheduled for 10 rounds or fewer. Whittaker in the grey and black. Well, he will be falling right into the surgeon's scalpel.
And he'll walk you onto shots. He's that kind of power.
Whittaker starts the fight aggressively, already grinning from what he believes will be the masterpiece of his career thus far. Arenyeka tries to match the Whittaker showboating, but doesn't get the crowd reaction he was hoping for.
A little bit of play acting himself, looking like he might have been stunned, swaying slightly when he wasn't. That's a good jab from Whittaker, up from the waist. Right hand in, round the back of the guard, but Arenyeka looks to try and fire back, catches him with an overhand right there. Nice long right hand and then the uppercut. Just caught Whittaker a glancing blow. Whittaker with a neat combination there, and then a nice left hand, a couple of left hands, and some very smooth upper body movement. And he's taken him.
As the fight progresses, Arenyeka is unable to close the distance, resorting to wild swinging punches and clinching. Trying a little disrespect of his own, Arenyeka grabs Whittaker and pushes him against the ropes.
And as sure of himself as he comes across, as he reaches for a long right hand there. This is a big step up. And what you want in the early stages is just...
This act of desperation only emboldens Whittaker, who doubles down on his mockery.
Nice long right hand and then the uppercut. Just caught Whittaker a glancing blow. That habit when he commits to those punches on the front foot, he comes over the top of it.
He felt one of them body shots, I think it was. You can see Ben knows where it was that he got him, and he's aiming for it now.
Arenyeka, obviously frustrated from being unable to touch Whittaker, channels this anger into moves more commonly seen in the UFC, shocking the crowd. After a point deduction, the humiliation continued for the African king. Many fans already knew the fight was over, yet stayed to watch the surgeon continue to dissect his patient.
That elbow, as you said, Sasha, that was a little bit naughty. Left hand there from Arenyeka right towards the end of the round. And then a trio of punches up top, and one at least really got through and put a big dent in him. Just backing Arenyeka up to the ropes on the far side, the left hand into the body again, but Arenyeka just goes up left to the body. And he's stunned by that, Arenyeka. He's in trouble here, and maybe Whittaker can finish it. He's got.
When the final bell rang, it was clear who the victor was. The judges delivered a unanimous decision, with Whittaker winning every round. But it wasn't just the victory that left a mark, it was the way Whittaker had utterly disrespected Arenyeka throughout the entire fight.
The surgeon, Whittaker!
In the post-fight interview, Whittaker was unapologetic. He shrugged off the headbutt and elbow, saying, "He wanted to fight dirty? I showed him how a real boxer does it." He laughed off Arenyeka's earlier trash talk, cementing his status as the ultimate showman who could back up every word with skill and dominance.
Turned into UFC at times. He headbutted me, elbowed me, but it's all a good experience.
Whittaker may have been criticized for his antics, but one thing was clear. He left that ring with his reputation intact and Arenyeka's shattered. On that night, Ben Whittaker displayed zero respect, and it was Arenyeka who paid the price.